So hey, we just did this video. Actually, we did a couple of them recently. Basically, chill out, people. Don't panic, because there's so much word out there, and I mean, there's always a certain level of fear in this community for some weird reason. And you know what I've always said. Prepping shouldn't make you afraid. Should give you peace of mind, right? But one thing I was thinking about this. Gil. We were saying we're really trying to address the fear. Okay, so we're telling people, chill out, relax.
Yeah, the end's not.
But what I don't want people to do is to think they have forever. The end is, I mean, things are progressing. Things are
getting worse, right? So don't take your foot off the gas.
I mean, you got the digital dollar. I mean, AI is advancing so fast.
I have a buddy show me the Chat GPT website. I went in there and what did I say? I asked it to write a script for a video on food storage, and AI starts. It was amazing. The content was quality content. It was factually correct. It was grammatically correct, and so anyway. But yeah, that was kind of scary. But then you even have you mentioned the currency. We got one of the Middle Eastern countries now opening up people to buy their oil using a different currency, similar to what Russia did last year, something to that effect.
There's a lot of times people they hear things and they just can't see where they fit in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, government is looking possibly to regulate gas stoves. Right?
Yeah, I saw that. Everyone freaked out about
it. We know they want to regulate wood stoves out of existence.
Yeah, they talked about that.
So what are they trying to? What they're really trying to do is get everybody on the electric grid.
Yes, this is why I don't like electric vehicles, or even modern vehicles.
Because
they don't have to be electric.
But electric vehicle. We talked about the kill switch. Did we talk about it in a video? I talked about it in a meeting in our mutual assistance group.
I don't remember.
The kill switch has been signed. It's going to happen.
What is it? What do you mean?
On vehicles.
So I know what it is conceptually, but I'm not aware specifically what you're saying.
Specifically, I think in 25 or 26 it'll be mandatory in all new vehicles, where you're driving down the road and the cop will be up, boom, and your vehicle stops.
So
put all these pieces together.
This is specifically why I chose the Forerunner, but that's a whole different video.
All these pieces together. Mandatory kill switches. The digital dollar. This is stuff. This is not fantasy, Gil.
Yeah, he signed that.
This is why we're saying, guys.
Yeah, he signed that into executive order last
July.
And all it does is lay the groundwork for the government to do it.
Right? Yeah. So these things,
food supply's not getting better.
The food supplies, and yet they're closing farms. We see in Europe closing farms, England and Holland and all that, and closing farms. They're out here in this county. They got this so-called bird flu epidemic, and I'm the way they handle certain medical issues, the vax and all that. I'm dubious as to whether this is actually 100% legit. But they're going in and they're just taking chicken flocks and just kill.
To be fair, because I know every time there's a bird flu, everyone goes full conspiracy, but it's not unusual. This is like my whole life growing up. I remember every few years you got the bird flu and you have problems with either chickens or cows or pigs.
Sure. But if I'm out here isolated,
it doesn't mean that they're not taking advantage of it to do it. But
yeah, if I'm out here isolated, I mean, where the heck are my chickens going to get bird flu from?
Supposedly the other birds are bringing them.
I didn't
what
think
kills
of that.
me is you had this in England. Was it in 2020? Because what they'll do is these inspectors will come and just kill your chickens. Hell no, you're not coming onto my property and killing my livestock. There's no way. I'm not letting that happen. But anyway, that's a whole nother.
That's another thing. But they want you hooked on. This does sound conspiracy, but they want you hooked on the system, whether it's electrical.
It's about control.
It's
about control.
And it's what it's all about is the control.
Same thing with the school system.
This is why some states greatly regulate who can have a water well, because they want you on the water system.
Who can store rainwater? You
my
took
gosh.
water from the sky. How dare you?
Gosh,
Get out
yes.
of here, you know?
Some of the western states go nuts if you take rainwater. And this is why the EPA wants to control.
Oh, the navigable waterways thing?
Navigable. Let's see.
Your pond is navigable, so we're going to regulate it.
Yeah, navigable, because it says, what's the language? All navigable waterways and the waters that feed those. Not the waters that feed the waters that feed the waters that feed the waters that feed the navigable waterways. No, courts ruled at least 3 times that I'm aware of that EPA has lost their mind. They keep going.
Well, an interesting, quick sidebar. You know, basically there's a recent ruling saying.
But if you catch it before it hits the ground, it should be okay, unless you're out west, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with school systems, with what they're teaching kids, and then if you show up to the school board to voice your disagreement,
now you're
a terrorist. You're a domestic terrorist.
You're a domestic terrorist.
Well, this is insane, and it's not like that. You tell people that, and you sound nuts, but it's not a conspiracy. It's out in the open. That is exactly what they did.
Yeah, and people still think you're nuts when you mention it. It's yes.
Like they openly said, this isn't a conspiracy. That is what happened, and that is what is happening.
You can
agree or disagree with them doing it, but they did it.
Yeah, and if you don't understand that, the age of ignorance where you can say, "Well, I didn't hear that," that's long gone.
Well,
that is so far out in the open.
And
you're
not
just
only that,
choosing to be ignorant.
after 2020, if 2020 didn't wake you up to some degree, you're never gonna wake up. How bad do things have to get?
I know, right?
You know. But anyway, the point of the video is we telling people not to, because there's a lot of channels out there that are kind of freaking people out, and
fear and gear.
It's fear and gear. It's the same ones that have been doing this for the last decade. You know, the end is near. The end is tomorrow. We're not going to make it out of this year.
I heard some secret info. It's all going to happen on this date.
My informant, don't fall into that trap. Like you said, it shouldn't be about fear. I made a response video to someone else. We're discussing homesteading in general, and I liked his video, great video. And so I was reiterating that for us, prepping isn't about fear. It's a logical solution to a problem, right? It's like a math problem.
Yeah.
Here's what's happening. We recognize these problems. How are we going to fix it? 1 + 1 = 2. That means that's what we're going to do.
We've done a proper risk assessment, as in our first video we outlined. And these are the risks. Let's mitigate these risks.
Yeah.
And that's why we're homesteading.
So it is. It's not about fear.
But
in fact, I feel a lot more comfortable when
we need to keep the pedal, the foot on the pedal.
Yeah, don't take your foot off the gas.
Don't take the foot off the gas.
Don't take your eye off the ball.
So we're not saying that you can take the foot off the gas. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, things are moving forward in a bad way. They are.
I mean, we're still aggressively developing the homestead, developing our food production. I came over and helped out with the coop and other stuff that we're doing. And at my own place, we're getting our respective fields ready for planting and expansion. And we're both adding chickens this year and greenhouses. And I mean, we're dedicating a large.
Trying to keep the greenhouse on the ground.
Yeah.
That's another video. You have to check that out.
But we're dedicating a lot of time, money, and energy. And that's not changing.
And even building on reserves. I don't know if y'all can see it in the camera. That's one of my wood piles, because I'm clearing ground for orchard. So I've got
wood stoves on my list for this year.
You take a look over there at that wood that's still left.
That's part of the original piles, right?
That's part of the original pile. That's probably, based on this year's usage and what we got left, that's probably 3 years worth right there. And now I've probably added another year and a half, 2 years.
I would have thought that. But yeah, so I mean, that's really what we just wanted to say, right? Is just to remind people: yes, don't live in fear, don't panic and buy into.
Because, like you said, you make bad decisions when you fear.
Yeah, but don't get complacent. I mean,
exactly.
Things are still moving along at a pretty good pace, and and we're all on different plans and we're all moving at different speeds. So we're at the stage here where we're doing a homestead. Whether you're still working on your first 3 months of food storage, whether you're building your bug out bag, or whether you're getting medical, whatever stage you're at, keep working on it. Keep
working
going
on
the
plan. Keep working on your plan. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, because things aren't getting better either.
Yeah, you're right.
Stay safe. Stay prepared.
Later.
That would last you 1 year.
Yeah, well, this is not New York.
But yeah, well, because we were talking about that, with my size property, my acreage and all that. worried that I'd run out of wood with a wood stove, but no, apparently it's a pretty good amount. You know, by the time we run through all this, there'll be new growth and all
then
that.
including, I mean, remember I also gave quite a bit to your sister.
Yeah.
And I still have all that left.
Yeah, you've only cleared out. Those trees are only from what?
Here.
Half, quarter acre?
Yeah, if that.
Third, half?
I don't know. I don't think it's a quarter. I think it's less than that.
Yeah.
What is it like? It's like 40 by 80, 40 feet by 80 feet or something like that.
So
40 feet by 100 feet, something like that. I don't know what that equates to. But yeah, it's heavily wooded, and I've got so much firewood sitting over here. But that's part of the idea is, you know, when stuff does happen, I don't want to be spending my time cutting wood. I have to cut it now. I'll cut it, split it, stack it, and hopefully get it all covered properly, and then I can focus on other things. But we talk about expanding, so I got my wood pile expanded, got the wood stove in. My garden spaces this year, I will have 400 square foot of raised bed, 4,000 square foot of in-ground. That's quite a bit.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's quite a bit. That's a big. That's triple what I had last year.
Yep.
And I'm doing a lot better on the electric fences, I think. Keep them dang deer out. The deer killed me last year. Oh my gosh. Oh, they ate everything. They just went in the corn. Let me take a bite of this. Let me take a bite of that. Ooh, that tastes just like this. How about this one? Oh, the deer killed me. You can see them posts over there. They're ready. Might have to add another strand all the way up across the top there.
Yeah.
Maybe I put a sign. No deer allowed.
That'll stop them.
And that'll probably stop them. I have to make sure I put it on all sides. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, we're kind of rambling here, so you probably have to edit all this out.
Yeah, I'll edit part of it.
Later.